Hello, everybody. It's Donna Cravata, and we are back for another Real 50 Over 50 interview. And today we have Annette Mashi with us from Creating Magic with Words. She is the founder of Write Wizards, and she creates magic with words. She's an enchanting copywriter and content strategist for creative female business coaches and consultants and design professionals. She highlights their superpowers and tells their stories, promoting their unique charms. She increases their visibility by cutting through the noise and positioning them as experts and thought leaders. Welcome, Annette. I'm so happy to have you here with me today.
I am thrilled to be here with you, Donna. Thanks for inviting me. So excited.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah.
I love sharing these stories. Wednesday's my favorite day of the week, unless it's a panel day. Then I don't know. It's a competition.
Okay.
Those are pretty good too.
It's
Um,
great to look forward to, chatting with other women. What could be
yeah,
better?
I
Yeah,
know. We share our
yeah.
stories, we share our experiences, we laugh, we cry, we do it all.
Oh, I didn't bring my tissues.
Maybe we
Definitely for laughing. Yeah, we won't
won't.
cry.
So, what happened when you turned 50?
The words that flash through my mind is all hell broke loose. But it's that's exactly that was my thought. Sometimes I need to filter those. Um, I think I just realized that it was my time. Like all of a sudden, I had spent all these years doing things for other people, working for other people, listening to other people, answering to other people, and I woke up and said, "It's time for me. It's time for me.
Mhm.
What do I want? What are my dreams? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? How can my life is? I still have many years, hopefully, to live. They say until 120, so 50 plus, so that's 70. So that's a lot of years, and it's time to do stuff for math on Wednesdays, and it's time to do stuff for me.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what'd you do?
What did I do? Wow, what did I do? First, I left my corporate job. I broke free from being a slave to the man, and working all those hours and things like that, and going out and trying to find my passion, to decide what I could do. And I started writing. Like looked at a common thread throughout my whole career, all those years, and said, what did I like to do? What had I been doing? And I decided that writing was there. It was there from the beginning, told when I first helped my sister with her resume. She was 16 years old, and she was trying to decide, when you're 16, you have nothing to write on your resume.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
so I wanted to embellish what she did. So I told everybody she was a beverage coordinator. This beverage coordinator, what she did, she worked at McDonald's, and she asked people, "Do you want Sprite, Coke, or orange soda?" But and that's when I first discovered that I like to play with the words.
Mhm. You could make it sound better.
Yeah, make it sound better. And then I took that into my career when I worked at Intel, and I also did the same thing there. We're embellishing end of year their end of year reviews, instead of just I did this and I did that. I would say you optimized, you analyzed,
Mhm.
all of that, so that they also
Collaborated.
sounded better,
Yeah.
collaborated, right? Yeah, implemented, all those big words. Now we have Google, and we have,
Mm.
ChatGPT to give us those words, but years ago they didn't.
No,
Um,
no, you had a
no,
thesaurus, and you had a dictionary, and you had a Strunk and White.
that's right. Yeah, I know that. And you know what? I always thought the source was a dinosaur. It took me a very long time to realize that it was not a dinosaur, that it was, telling that. Yeah, but I honestly, what do you want
I
to do?
still I still have the dictionary, the thesaurus, and the Strunk and White book that I had on my desk when I worked in a law firm.
Yeah, I bet still have Webster's dictionary up here on my shelf too. I packed it up and brought it with me when I moved from the States to Israel. I'm like, I need my Webster's dictionary, like my from high school.
That's so funny. So tell me about, how the work that you did in your corporate life has kind of transpired in your business?
Good question. Yeah. It's funny because I left Intel and I said I was going to be a teacher. I thought I would be a teacher. That lasted for 6 days, 3 days one week, 3 days the next. Not very good at teaching. I was teaching kids, not a good thing. So I like looked at what I had done, and I had done throughout like Intel and throughout. I had written training manuals. I had written a lot of documentation. I had always like written, and I said, okay, well, this is something that I like to do. I like to write. I like to work with other people. I like to collaborate. And so I said, okay, well, writing is my thing. But I pulled it throughout, like looking throughout the past. You just have to kind of reflect, and all of the talents that I used at Intel, whether it's like teamwork and things like that, all of those things I pull into today's life. I have to tell you, I hated networking when I
Mhm.
was. What I absolutely hated networking when I was at Intel. I think because I was networking with the wrong people.
Yeah, and it's a different kind of networking.
It
I mean,
is.
networking in that situation is more, um, I don't know, brown nosing.
Right, right. But I like what I didn't realize was you were probably networking to go from one position to another position so that people would get to know you. And that's the way it was in the company. But I couldn't relate to the people, and I didn't really understand why I had to say, why I had to like talk to these people, why I had to prove myself. I felt like I had to prove myself
Yeah,
a lot when I was um in order to get ahead. And
yeah.
networking today is very different and
Well, it's
much
you're
more
also doing it with
enjoyable.
different people too, I mean,
Right,
that's the real dog and pony show, and
right, yeah.
and, now it's not even really networking, it's just connecting.
It's connecting. It's building a relationship.
Yeah,
It's so much more than just like do you know somebody who can hire me? I mean, it's
mm,
so not that.
yeah,
And I think that when people approach it with the who can I connect with, we're building friendships, we're building relationships, we're helping each other. What information do you need? How can I give you that information? Who do I know that can help you in your next steps in your career, or your profession or your work? I think that when we look at it from that perspective, it's so much more enjoyable and so much more fun,
yeah,
and
and
it's great.
the results are very good
Oh yeah.
because
Oh,
yeah, because if you meet somebody, like, in with that intention, if they need what you sell, like, why would they buy from somebody else?
right. You build the relationship, you build the trust,
Yeah,
and they know you, they like you, they trust you,
and
and
and what you
it,
do is personal. I mean, your people are trusting you with their words, with, how
right.
to describe who they are, what they do, and for them to be able to give you just the raw materials that you need to work with, that's a personal conversation, that's not a checklist.
Sure, because they're and each person has their own way of saying
Yeah.
things. Like when I work with two different interior designers, one creates your soul space. I
Mhm,
mean, and one wants you to have a comfortable and elegant home. I
mhm.
mean, there are two different images that
Yeah,
come to mind.
yeah.
They're two different types of people. They have two different clients and things like that. And there's plenty of work to go around. There's no reason to
Mhm,
compete
mhm.
because no one interior designer can design every home and every office space in the world. They have to share the. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and
it is. The words are personal.
yeah, and when you're copywriting for somebody, you not only have to get the words that are above the surface, you have to get the words that are below the surface.
Right. I'm really listening to what they say and then try to read, um, underneath and pull it out. In fact, I had an architect say she was amazed how I could take like her ramblings and turn it into something cohesive and coherent that was strong enough to actually attract people to, use her services.
Okay, and you said a magic word just a moment ago. You said you listen.
I listen.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm a big believer that it is the most underutilized marketing skill.
Hmm.
People step out with something to say, but they don't stop to listen first.
Oh, yeah, you have to listen. I think we had a course on that when I was at Intel, like effective listening. I probably didn't even pass the course, but I've learned to listen. I know, I'll admit it. I wasn't a great listener. Probably didn't listen a lot to my parents. No, I think I did. I'm sure we did. I'm sure we listened. So that's definitely a skill. Maybe that's something that I gained also over 50
Mhm.
was the ability to listen to my children, to listen to my husband, to listen to, and then make my own. I'm not judging people based on that, but I'm listening, and then I can decide what I want to do based on what I've heard. But I think we listen to each other.
Yeah, and Suzanne is chiming in. Listening is key.
Yeah.
It absolutely is. And so many people don't.
Yes, because they think they know better. And
Yeah.
I think that definitely is a skill that you learn later on in life is to listen to other people, to hear what they have to say, to put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah.
And how do they feel? I mean, I know I'm always doing that when I'm writing for somebody else. I'm trying to figure out what do their clients feel and what
Mhm.
do they need to read. What are the feelings, what are the emotions, what do they need to read, what are the words that they need that is going to decide whether or not to work with my client.
Mhm. Yeah, and the only way to know that is to listen.
Hmm.
To listen to the client, listen to who their clients are, listen to,
Hmm.
the topics and the trends that are happening in that industry, and then kind of wrap it all up together. And, um, like with marketing, you can't predict viral,
No.
but when you listen, you can, like, create things that people react to and feel drawn to because you're speaking their language.
Right.
And
Definitely.
I think that's missing in so much of what's happening because everybody's looking to do things faster, and faster isn't always better.
No, sometimes you have to take a step back and evaluate the situation
Yeah.
and listen to multiple people also and
Mhm.
gather the information and what makes sense and then move forward based on what you've heard, making your own decisions and
Yeah,
not necessarily
listening to
just following.
yourself.
Yes, listening to yourself, something else we learn later in life. Another great thing that we learn over 50 is listening to ourselves, and we know what's right for us, listening to our bodies, listening to our mind. And I think it's important that we use the right words,
Yes.
because if we're using the right words and we're speaking to ourselves with kindness and compassion, then we're able to move forward and forgive ourselves and learn grace. I tell people a lot, just you don't have to do everything yesterday.
I actually saw something this morning, and I saved it for this conversation today. I'm just gonna flip over and read it. I don't think it'll interfere
Okay.
with the recording, but, it's a image I found on LinkedIn that said, "Bruce Lee said, 'Don't speak negatively about yourself, even as a joke. Your body doesn't know the difference.
Mm.
Words are energy and cast spells. That's why it's called spelling. Change the way you
Ah,
speak about yourself, and you can change your life. What you're not changing, you're also choosing."
I love it.
Isn't that great?
I love it. I love it. Love it. Yes. Post
And
it and share it.
I will. I was gonna, put a link to it in this stream, after, but I wanted to share it while we were talking because it made me think of you, um,
Hmm.
because it's clear that you're listening in the work that you do, and it's clear, that you believe it's magic.
I do. I do believe it's magic. I believe that the words come from above and um, and connect. They connect and they resonate. And maybe it's not the woo. Like there's a lot of people who have woo, not necessarily woo, but this could be woo in its own way. The words are power. The words are powerful, and choosing the right ones make all the difference.
Yeah, and tell me what you think about this, because this is something I've been pondering lately as I'm trying to be kinder to myself. Um, when you do learn to speak in a kinder tone and with kinder words to yourself, I think you have a deeper understanding of how you can work with other people's words.
It's true because I think that you're more receptive and you're I'm not placing the blame anywhere. I'm accepting. I'm accepting of myself, and so I can be accepting of other people. I think
Mhm.
that I think that the more I give myself the compassion and the grace, and then it reflects out,
Yeah,
I can do the same for other people,
yeah,
and I
but
think that that's important.
did it make you a better writer?
It does because I think it also relaxes you. Like I'm
Yeah,
not stressed and I'm not tensioned and I don't feel like that anger, frustration, and all of those feelings. I can sit and relax
mhm,
because I'm happier with myself,
yeah,
and I think that allows me to be then reflect that out as
yeah,
well.
and I think there's a trust factor as well because you trust that the words will come,
Right, I do trust that the words will come.
and the right words.
And the right words, always the
Yeah,
right words.
yeah,
Yeah, the right words.
and
And
it doesn't have to be, 14 pages that download. It could be a sentence, but that one sentence just puts you on the right track.
yeah, and they come and then I give them away.
Yeah,
I think that that's also important. I was meeting with somebody
yeah,
yesterday and we were talking about the words, and I came up with a tagline, like tech in your pocket.
mhm,
As you're giving people. She was helping people with their tech. I said, "Oh, you're giving them like having tech in your pocket." She goes, "I love it." I said, "Then use it.
yeah,
It's my free gift to you." It came and went, and enjoy. And I think that words are so powerful and they have such meaning, and they give you an image. I was talking to somebody else, and we were talking about writing, and I said, "You're painting a picture with the words that you're using." I said, "You don't want to sell like weight loss. Like people don't want to, we
mhm,
all want to like look better, be healthier, things like
mhm,
that." I said, "But paint the image, paint that you want to fit into that little black dress that you wore when you were 20 years old.
mhm.
That's the image. I mean, yeah, I would like to fit into that little I don't think I ever fit into that little black dress when I was 20 years old, but that's the image, or those jeans when I was like, no, I don't want. And I'm happy not being that age. I'm really, happy not being that age anymore. But when I'm writing words, I'm trying to paint the image. I'm trying to bring in the senses, bring in the smell, that cinnamon in your, I don't know, in the Cinnabons.
Mhm.
Bring all those things in when you're writing. That's part of painting the picture. That's part of the words that people say, things that people, that connect you with somebody else. You have an experience that somebody else can then relate to, and that's where you're
Mhm.
making your connections.
Yeah, a good copywriter is a gift,
Yeah.
really, and so many people, have not had the opportunity to work with one, and, like, it's like branding people too, right?
Hmm.
Like, somebody that can step outside of what you're doing, but pull all the pieces together and present it to you in a way that you would have never seen yourself.
Mm.
Um, the first time I experienced that, it was a little traumatizing, but it was, I got hooked.
Yeah. Like, how did you know that? Yeah. And sometimes it's pulling from what other people are saying about you. Like a lot of
Yeah,
times I tell people, use the testimonials.
yeah,
Use the testimonials. This is what other people are saying about you. These are the words that your clients are using. These are the words that people say when they're
mhm,
talking about your products and you're talking about your services. They're talking about you. Use those words. That's,
mhm.
read those testimonials.
Now here's an interesting spin on that conversation. Um, what's the difference from when a person believes those words and when they don't?
Oh, there's a disconnect. Yeah, you. absolutely have to believe what you're writing, and I have to believe I don't want to write words that don't match the person. I mean,
No, I'm talking about when the
when the
person
person doesn't believe it, when the person does, if you don't believe the words, then you lose your, let's see, it's not ability. That's not the right word. As I search for words, who's a copywriter with a loss for words. You lose yourself. You lose yourself, and your clients that would want to come to you, they won't, because it's not authentic. And I know a lot of people say that word's used a lot, but be true to who you are.
yeah.
Say what you feel, and the people that want to work with you, and the people that want to connect with you will connect with you,
Mhm.
and you'll repel the people that don't.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you're not using your own words and saying it, it sounds funny. And here's the image that came into my mind, like your fingers on a chalkboard.
Mhm.
Like that's what it feels like. That
So
you're
when you're working with people, if they are like, you have them go through their testimonials and, you have them do all of these things to kind of prepare
Mhm.
you to be able to do your job. But you can sense that they're not really trusting in those words and they're not seeing it and they're not believing it. How do you help them see that? Or is that something that you do?
You push through.
Mhm.
You push through. That's the why. Why do you feel like that? Why do you want that? Why are people coming to you? Why are people doing,
Mm.
why do you want to do this? A lot of times it's finding your passion,
Yeah.
getting the person to say why they're doing what they're doing. What's their secret sauce? What's their passion? What's the underlying reason for wanting to be, I don't know, a real estate agent, or wanting to be an architect, or wanting to be, a business coach.
Mhm.
There's a reason behind it. And if you dig deep enough and you listen to them, you will be able to find the reason why they're doing it. And then you'll be able to take that and put it out into the world.
Yeah. So you're basically a copywriter and a therapist.
Therapist, yeah. So I think all of us are therapists. And so I think that when you hit 50, you become a therapist. It should be like stamped. We should have a stamp somewhere that says you are now 50, you are now a therapist.
Yeah, and I agree that listening is a skill that they should teach in school.
Oh, for
Absolutely,
sure. For sure.
absolutely. Um, and with kindness, not like, "You listen
Yes.
to me, damn it."
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
Because I said so.
Yeah, because I said so.
Because I'm the mom.
My mother used to say if you'd ask her any why question, she would say, "Why's a crooked letter?" And I was like, "What am I supposed to do with that?"
Okay.
Um,
Oh yeah, fun, fun, fun.
so what like, tell me your favorite project that you worked on.
Favorite project? Gosh, I'm trying to- I think it's I collaborated with a business coach to create the copy on her website. And she works with creative entrepreneurs.
Mhm.
And so it was taking the creativity that she had and pulling it and putting the words on the page for her to really bring out her personality, because there's so many business coaches out
Mhm.
there. So it's
Yeah.
pulling out her personality. And I think some of it was even when you put in some special things about what she likes. Does she like coffee or tea? Or what's she reading about? Because all of those things make you a person,
Mhm.
not just, a picture on the wall or something like that. You're a person. So by saying that she likes to watch Emily in Paris, that connects with people.
Yeah.
Those special things, like when I'm redoing my website now, and one of the get to know more about me is that I like mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Mm.
It's those things connect people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I always told people about social media too, is share things that are personal. Um,
Mm-hmm.
make sure that you're comfortable sharing them, because the minute
Right.
if you're not comfortable sharing it, it doesn't feel right immediately. But if you like to knit, like, show it. If you go
Show
fishing,
it. Yeah.
show it. If you have a dog, show it.
Yeah.
And, it changes everything because now you're a human being. You're
Hmm.
not just somebody who's selling things.
And people do business with people.
Yeah.
That's what I always tell people. People do business with people. You have to be out there. You have to be visible. You have to show. This is the have to. But do it in a way that is comfortable for you. I
Mhm.
mean, if you hate to be on TikTok, don't be on TikTok.
Exactly.
there's, there's plenty of other platforms. Nobody has to be like dancing. If you don't want to, wear a neon clothes, don't wear neon clothes. And I think that's also, hey, we're over 50. Yeah, we don't have to wear neon clothes
Mhm.
if
Look,
we don't want to.
Suzanne's chiming in. She is the
Yes.
Iron Woman. Yes, she
Yes.
is. Yes, she is.
Yeah,
Um,
and share things that you've done. Share your stories. Tell people about where you've come from, what you've overcome, what you have planned, what you dream to do. And you'll find that there's people that want to help you and make those dreams happen.
yeah, it's such an opportunity to be able, um, to have these tools,
Hmm.
these tools of visibility, to be on social media. There's so much negative about it too, but, like, I started my business 18 years ago, and,
Hmm.
I'm at the point now where I've been virtual for so long, most of my people don't live anywhere near me, so but I have deep, deep friendships with people I've never met,
Right.
and it doesn't feel like I've never met them.
And I feel that way too. I feel that way too. I think that that's one of the benefits that we have in living when, now in this time that we have the ability to jump on Zoom calls and connect with people and make deep connections with people. When you're building those relationships, you're building that trust, you're talking to them over and over and over, whether it's in messages and jumping on Zoom calls and then in networking meetings and then in business groups or working one-on-one with people, all of that together, you're building those connections and it's magical.
Yeah, it really is.
It's
It really is. I mean, a client a couple of months ago wanted to speak to some of my past clients, which is very rare, and I gave her some people to speak to, and, she gave me a raise before we even started.
oh.
She said, Your people love you so much."
Mhm.
And I was like, "Well, my friends become clients and my clients become friends."
Right. Right. And that's the joy of the collaboration and things. That's why I loved working, with the business coach because she's helping me with my business and I'm helping her with her words on the page and her marketing and all of that together has that synergy between us and it's great.
Yeah,
It's when I can write for an architect and I can explain like what they're doing and why they're different from all other architects and paint the picture of what it's like to work with them. It's just
yeah, and you have that background in architecture as well, so,
yes.
you have the technical skill
Hmm.
and ability and experience to speak to that side of who they are as well, not just the personal things that you're picking up through
Right.
your communications with them, which is really important, and that's a bit of a testament to the power of niching down,
Hmm.
like, finding the people that do the work that you really love, that you know about, because then you can help them on a different level,
Right.
you know? Um, it's just amazing when you just I mean, to me, like, having this business and doing the work that I do is the best education and the best personal
Hmm.
development
Oh, it's
that
wonderful.
is available, because every day, like, you don't know how the day's gonna go. You start in the morning and, like, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Just trust that it's going to be wonderful
Yeah,
and you're going to meet
yeah,
the
no,
people
it's
that you're
gonna make
supposed to meet and talk to the
yeah,
people you're supposed to talk to and
yeah,
enjoy and live life and experience and because you never know when your numbers up, and we should enjoy every day.
Yeah, I mean,
Really
I
go
spent
out there.
25 years working in a very, like, hard place. It was a big law firm, and, like, the whole culture of the firm was, "It sucked for me, it's gonna suck for you." And,
Mhm.
I mean, that's what fed the whole thing, and who could work the most hours, like, race to the grave. And,
Right.
when I started a business and I realized it, like, I never worked anywhere else, so I didn't know, like, work didn't have to be awful.
I know. Like if I think back, there's like life after Intel. I mean,
Mm,
that was my life, 17 years. That was my life. And I didn't know anything else. And I thought, what? And I just felt so free. All of a sudden I was free. I was free. I could decide who I was going to work with. I could decide when I was going to work. I could decide when I was going to write. I could decide when I was going to meet people. I thought, oh my gosh, why does anybody go to a 9 to 5 job? I can't even imagine. Don't do it. If you're in a 9 to 5 job, get out, get out.
I wish I was in a 9 to 5 job. I was in those
Some
7
days,
to
some
midnight
days.
job.
No, I mean, Intel was like 24 by
Yeah,
7.
yeah,
There was always working in crisis, and, emails coming in and projects that needed to be done, and stuff like that. Remember, after this project, I'll have time. After this project, I'll have
mhm,
time. And
yeah,
and life is so different. It's so different. And I love it. And I love the freedom that we have, the flexibility that we have, the ability to do what we want to do when we want to do it. This is why we're female entrepreneurs.
yeah,
We're unstoppable.
yeah.
Donna, we are unstoppable.
You go.
Yeah, I am. I'm yeah, I'm making bold moves. Yeah, bold, messy steps. And I'm a perfectionist. I have given up being perfect. I tell everybody, don't be perfect. Just get it done. Just do it. Go out there, be brave, be strong, be
Yeah,
invincible. Yeah,
yeah. Some of
and
the
be
best lessons
visible.
are from the things that didn't work, right?
Yeah, yeah. Take that, learn from it, and move on, and forget that it happened, but learn the lesson and move on.
Mhm. Yep. Wise words, woman. Okay,
Yeah,
so we are now, well, a little over time, but I like to end these conversations with a wisdom bomb. What do you have for people that want to, that can help people learn something quickly, take something with them, something actionable?
just do it. Done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. Yeah.
Ooh, that's
So
a good one.
yeah, that's a good one. That's words to live by.
I'm writing that one
Um,
down so I don't
Done
forget.
is better than perfect. So
Okay, so everyone,
yeah,
take that with you and go be done with something today,
yes,
even if it's not
yes.
perfect.
Finish something today. Finish something today. Yeah. Don't wait till you've dotted all the I's and crossed the T's. Of course, if you're like in the legal profession, you probably do need to do that. But most people,
Mhm,
for if you're creating content, done is better than perfect,
mhm.
and just move on.
Yeah,
And we're human, so just we know that. Be gracious to yourself if you make a mistake, and you won't make it next time, and it's all good.
no, you'll make another one, and then come back
Right.
here and tag us in this chat and let us know what you got done
Yeah.
so we
Yeah.
can cheer you on, because obviously this woman here is a great cheerleader. Okay, so connect with her. She's at therightwizards.com. She's on LinkedIn. You could find her there, and, if you need some copy, she's pretty damn good at
I'll create magic with words. Yeah.
it. So, thank you, thank you, thank you, and, oh, Suzanne liked it too. She likes done is better than
Yay. Yay.
um, all right, so connect with Annette.
Mhm.
Come back every Wednesday. Next week, we have a really good panel on menopause, and we've got some amazing experts that are gonna come and talk about that. And it's our second birthday this month, so I'm sharing all kinds of things, and I've been a little um, slow because I've been busy, but I have a whole bunch of things coming up in the next 2 weeks to share, and just enjoy all of these interviews. These women are amazing.
Thank you, Donna, for having me.
Thank you. Have a great Wednesday, everyone.